Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video about nozzles, specifically spray and nozzles and like rotary nozzles, so spray and rotaries, like ones you find on a pop-up body basically. This is my nozzle bin. I've got, some tools and pipe fittings. I got flush caps, PGP Ultra and I-20 nozzles, two PGP 80J nozzles. I have more. These are the ones I have for a project, which I'll talk about in another video. I-25 nozzles, 5,000 plugs. I got identification plugs, 5,000 nozzles. These nozzles are van nozzles like that I have now. These are just to show. I'm gonna get rid of these soon, but these are just to show why I don't like vans. And pro adjustables, I got every model, at least one of each, more of some of them. And then Rainbow MPR and U series nozzles and MPR rotator. Okay, so that's just a brief tour. Now let's actually talk about like nozzles, about the different brands and models. And then there's also Toro also, so first of all, there's two genders. Actually, there's a non-binary. It's a joke I saw in a comment of some video, because the old Hunter PS sprays they didn't have a removable nozzle. They're just integrated adjustable nozzles. They're like the PS Ultra, kind of like, like these slim body ones, but they were different. They were just the ones before 2009. They were made, I think they came out in 1986, and then they were discontinued in 2009, but otherwise, though, male and female threaded nozzles are your typical ones. Don't mind me, I'm trying to get the nozzle off. I have one hand using the phone, but don't mind me using a guitar cable either, because I didn't have my nozzle hold up too well. I was just not in the mood to grab it right now, but okay, here we go. So, first of all, why I don't like Toros. Specifically, you see that the threads are on top, above the filters. That means it's kind of hard to get the filters out. From my experience, it's been not the funnest having to remove the nozzles filters. It's like whenever you got a clogged nozzle and you're trying to like service the filter, it's not going to be the most ideal, because I just haven't had the best experience. So you're trying to like, here, let me position this better. Actually, there we go. Okay. So like basically, because the threads are there, sometimes it can be easier, but sometimes it's harder. Like, you have to like, and when it's dirty with rocks, you can't get it out as easily, but point is, it's not the funnest to remove. So forget about those Toros. Don't use Toro at all. I don't like them at all. And then people might say, what about their precision spray nozzles? They can fit on Rainbow 1800s and Hunter Pro sprays. Well, those put out 1 inch per hour. So it's like a mid-efficiency nozzle. You might as well just go with save the extra few bucks and go with Hunter MP800s. They put out 0.8 inches per hour, much more efficient. So I just go with those. So I don't think the Toro precision nozzles are very useful. Otherwise, and then also Toro. I guess I'll talk about the spray. Actually, I'll discuss it in my spray bodies video. But yeah, I've had a lot of problems with the current Toros. But that'll be another video I'll discuss for spray bodies. With nozzles, you've got Rainbow and Hunter are your big namers, big brands, Orbit's also another one. Now, Orbit's made, I think they're made by Hunter, but they're not the actual same design. Orbit's are a little cheaper design. They're actually, like, people say, oh, Hunter's pro adjustable nozzles and Orbit's adjustable nozzles are the exact same. Actually, I don't have an Orbit nozzle with me right now, but they actually have, the orifices are a little different, so I've seen Orbits clog up way more than the Hunters. So I'd say, my opinion, now Hunter does make fixed arc nozzles, which they claim to have bigger water droplets for their fixed arc. Well, let's just compare them to the MPR nozzles. This is a Rainbow MPR right here. Field focus. You see, it's just got that one line, just one orifice. Well, if you use Rainbird's U-Series nozzle, also known as the dual orifice nozzles, you get that up close and watering. So these are actually one of my favorite nozzles for fixed arc nozzles. These are by far the best, actually. These ones, they're just the same design. They're like the same design, durable, just like the MPRs, but they are much more efficient. Like, you get all that better up close and watering that people have always complained about nozzles not having. So I'd say with fixed arc nozzles, MPRs and U-Series are the best. MPRs if you're on a budget, but otherwise save an extra $1 and go with the U-Series. I think These cost usually around anywhere from like about $2 to $3, $2.50, something like that. Whereas these are like just over $1 at my supply store, so just like an extra buck more for a much better spray nozzle. Now onto adjustable nozzles. Rainbird's got their van and he van nozzles. This is a van nozzle right here. And I have two of them to show you that I've collected that were broken. I think this one right here is just from someone did at some property, like a church property. They'd replaced the nozzle and then they just left the nozzle there, so they forgot to throw it away. So I figured I'd take it. This is back years ago now. I just have it in my collection. And here's another one. They break easily. You see, they get the weed whackers chip them up and then they shoot up in the air and you're left with a mess basically. Wouldn't recommend them. And the spray patterns they're all right, but not nearly as nice. They do clog easier. Now with key vans, they're very similar, but they have those little like gliders in the orifice to like help it help it guide the water better. Yeah, well, my experience is with my not with great grandparents. They don't have any of those, but my grandparents' system, they the ones I've done videos of, we've put in some heat van nozzles and they clog very easily. We'd replaced one that clogged, and then so we flushed the line, replaced it, and then it's clogged again, and it just shoots a few streams like that, very weak streams, and so yeah, they get clogged very easily, and I haven't seen any really break as often as the regular vans, but I've seen them clog easier from my experience, and I've heard of other people having that problem, so that's why I like the Hunter Pro adjustable nozzles. These are very straightforward. You don't have those like gliders that can help clog the nozzle. Now, these people do say that these don't have as good of a spray pattern, but I mean, if you really need a good spray pattern just go with the U series nozzle. But if you really have to use adjustable nozzles, then I'd go with these. I actually do like adjustable nozzles quite a bit. Just from my experience, I found adjustable nozzles to water the edges better. Like if it's not exactly a 90 or 180 degree. Now, however, if you are having 360 degree nozzles, I would instantly go with a fixed arc. I wouldn't recommend using adjustable arcs for 360s in my opinion, just because, yeah, it just makes more sense to do 360 versus having to adjust the arc all the way up to a 360. Yeah, these are just really durable design. They have what they call the thick coined edge, where it's like, looks like a focus, looks like kind of like a coin basically. And I've only seen one or two of these break out of my whole life. And the only reason they're broken is because whoever installed them put them up like an inch or two above the ground. So like above, above grade, like above the grass and dirt. So that's the only reason I've seen these break. Otherwise, though, they're very good nozzles. You just can't install them like too high above ground. The van nozzles, though, I've seen. Actually, I was at the dentist the other day and I saw I actually have pictures of two. Maybe I'll post them, but there was like, besides those two that took pictures of, there's like one or two others. So there's like about 3 or 4 total that were just like this. They were all broken. That was all in just one system. And they were, not all of them are too high above ground either. It's because the weed whackers tend to, and Hunter has a video showing a van nozzle and a pro adjustable nozzle next to each other. And yeah, these things just, weed whackers will really destroy them. So I guess I'll real quick get in depth about MP rotators. These ones are the only rotary nozzle I will ever use. If I have to use another one, then yeah, maybe I have to. Either if people want me to, because like K-Rains and Rainbird R vans are a lot more cheaper, but that doesn't mean they're better quality though. But yeah, these are. First of all, you got the double pop feature, meaning that like basically once the riser pops up, it's not until then that the nozzle pops up. So as you can tell, like does that after it's like the riser pops up first and then the double pop. Therefore, debris and rocks aren't as likely to get into the streams. So these are very durable. I will say the only time I've seen these break, I've seen some of them do like that really fast spin where it like mists. Now the one solution to that is a PRS 40 body, because usually if the MP rotators are spinning fast where they're misting, either the center black part got broken off, or it's got very high pressure, or it could be both. But yeah, high pressure can, from my experience, they can put put a toll on these nozzles. So I'd recommend installing them if possible. If you have high pressure, I mean, only if high pressure. If you have low pressure, then it doesn't make sense really. It wouldn't be that worth the money. But if you have like 50 to 60 psi, you're gonna want PRS 40, so it regulates it down to 40 psi. And that's MP rotators. That's where MP rotators do the best at. And like you may have saw in my last video of my system, I did switch out a couple of the 1800s to PRS 40s. Because yeah, I needed check valves because they were always like just low head drainage, if you know what I mean. Like it always like pull up water when it turned off because it was on a slope on zone 1, and then yeah, also just I don't know what the pressure's like, but I've seen other heads in my system rotate kind of fast. So I figured pressure regulation could just be safe to do that just in case. And I got a good deal on them also. But yeah, MP rotators, very durable, and honestly, these are just, I don't know. I've overall had the best experience with these. I don't know, they've had a good repetition. Almost every company in my area, as well as neighboring cities, uses these. Like even your average company is going to use MP rotators. Like even if they only there's companies that will only use Rainbird, except for MP rotators will be their only hunter they use because these are they just knock the ball out of the park. Super good nozzles, and they're very easy to adjust. You just need I just recommend you get the MP tool, and yeah, it just grips on. So it's easy to adjust the arc. Sorry, it's kind of hard to do it with one hand, but it just clips on like that. And the other thing that's nice about these is technically you only can adjust the arc and radius when they're on. So if you have them like in the ground and someone's twisting the silver thing, it's not going to adjust the arc. So yeah, so that's another good thing. Now with color coding, I'll just be pretty brief actually. Maybe I don't know, maybe I'll post a picture or something of it somewhere. I'll debate because this video is getting long, but I will say though, the blue one is the MP 3000, 90 to 210 degree, shoots 22 to 30 feet, and then the yellow one, like on this one, it's the same radius range except it's a 210 to 270 degree, and then the gray is a 360. And you kind of get the point. There's different color codings, and I'll do a video, either a video or I'll post a picture on the community or in the video of the color coding, and then the Hunter Pro adjustables. I'll do it real quick. The light green is a 4 foot. This is a 6 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, 15 foot, 17 foot, and then the Rainbirds, at least for their MPRs, the 5 foot. Now there isn't. I don't think there's a 5 foot for the U series, but for the MPR, 5 foot's red. The 8 foot is a green, I believe, and then 10 foot's blue instead of red, and then 12 foot is brown, and then 15 foot is black. And then for the van nozzles, if you get an 18-foot van, it's going to be, instead of a 17-foot, you get an 18-foot van instead of a 17-foot Pro adjustable nozzle, and it's a tan instead of a gray. But yeah. I'd say for the winner for fixed arc nozzles is Rainbird U series and MPR nozzles. And then for adjustable spray nozzles, I would say the Hunter Pro adjustable nozzles. And then for rotary nozzles, or also known as multi-stream or multi-trajectory, whatever you want to call them, the MP rotators. So thank you guys very much for watching this video, and have a great day, and have good luck with your system this year. And any questions about any sprinkler related stuff, or even stuff in general like that, just ask me in the comments, and I'll try to be as quick as possible to respond. Thank you guys.